Good morning, student. Good morning to all of you. Today we shall continue a truly beautiful mind. Period number 3rd. Yesterday we have seen when he became graduate. We have also seen whether the young scientist Albert got the job immediately or not. We have also seen when he secured his job. Do you remember? When did he secure his job? Oh yes, in 1902 he secured job as a person who works in the patent office, and his work was to initiate, to help, to assist the inventor to whom the patent is given. He started his work, but along with helping the young scientist, inventors, he had his own idea. He started his own experiment, and actually according to him that office is or was a theoretical physics lab. It means, boys, what makes him different is that he had always his own idea on which he used to work. That made him extraordinary. That made him uncommon man. Okay, let me repeat it. Paragraph number 8. In 1900, at the age of 21, Albert Einstein was university graduate and unemployed. When did Albert became a graduate? Okay, the answer is (20 21 year old), and he was without work. He worked as a teaching assistant. Okay, when he had no job, he worked as a teaching assistant, gave private lesson, and finally secured job in 1902 as a technical expert in the patent office in Bern. While he was supposed to be assisting other people invention, Einstein, underline this line, Einstein was actually developing his own idea in secret. He is said to have jokingly called his desk drawer at the work the Bureau of Theoretical Physics. Boys, let me explain this to you. He became graduate at the age of 21 in 1900. Immediately when he became graduate, he was jobless. He had no job. So after graduation, he started private tuitions. And what kind of private tuition he got? He used to give private lesson. And in 1902, he secured job in patent office. What was his duty? His duty was to assist, to help, to assess, to help the inventors, the scholar in their invention. He did it very sincerely. But along with that, while he was assessing other inventor, he was developing his own idea. And he used to make fun of that office. He used to say that that patent office is not a practical physics where they can teach the scientists, but he look upon that office as an theoretical physics lab. Okay, boys, this yesterday we have seen. Okay, do you understand? Now again, when did Albert get the job? Where? Come on, let me continue. Ninth paragraph. One of the famous paper of 1905 was Einstein's special theory of relativity, according to which time and distance are not absolute. Time and distance are not, just a minute. This was his theory, which was published in 1905. He published, and that publication made him famous. Indeed, two perfectly accurate clock will not continue to show the same time if they come together again after a journey. If one of them has been moving very fast relative to the other, from this followed the world's most famous formula, which describe the relationship between mass and energy. The formula is given below. E is equal to mc2. I don't know what this formula is, but here in the bracket read, in this mathematical equation, E stand for energy, m stand for mass, and c stand for speed of the light in a vacuum about 3 lakh kilometer. This was the theory he put before the world in 1905. The theory of relativity. See, one of the famous paper of 1905 was Einstein's special theory of relativity, according to which time and distance are not absolute. He says in his theory that time and distance are not same, and he has given the example. If they come together, here, if indeed two perfectly accurate clock will not continue to show the same time if they come together again after a journey, if one of them has been moving very fast relative to the other. From this followed the world's most famous formula, which describes the relationship between mass and energy. What is Albert paper about? Answer is this. And now he has given example. When you sit with a beautiful girl, when you sit with a nice girl for 2 hours, it seems like 2 minutes. But when you sit on a hot stove for 2 minutes, it seems like 2 hours, and that is relativity. Yeah, Albert Einstein. Shall I go? So you have to focus only what is Albert's paper about. What is important here? The general theory. The general theory about the general theory of relativity. Okay, this paper he has published in 1905, and he says that time and distance are not absolute, and he gives the formula, and formula is given there, E. Come on, we should go forward. While Einstein was solving the most difficult, now let me, shall I run this one? Now, subtopic personal life. I will read two paragraphs, 10 and 11. While Einstein was solving the most difficult problem in physics, his private life was unraveling failure. Unraveling, the meaning is given there in the margin. Albert had wanted to marry Malva right after finishing his studies, but his mother was against it, as usually mothers are. She thought Malva, who was 3 years older than her son, just a minute, older than her son, she was also bothered by Malva's intelligence. She is book like you. His mother said. Einstein put the wedding off. To put off. Postpone. The pair finally married in January 1903 and had 2 lovely sons. But a few years later, the marriage faltered, became weak. Malva, meanwhile, was losing her intellectual ambition and becoming an unhappy housewife. After years of constant fighting, dispute, the couple finally divorced in 1919. Einstein married his cousin Ilse the same year. Now see, personal life of every great man is not as satisfactory as generally we think. Their life, personal life, is not a bed of roses. Their life is full of thorns. Now, while our scientist was working in the difficult problem of physics, his life was proving itself as a failure. What actually happened? He made a plan. Albert had made a plan of his marriage. He loved that Marika, who was 3 or 5 older than him. He wanted to marry her just after the marriage. But his mother opposed it. His mother was against it. She did not like that the girl was fit for her son. There were two reasons. First, she was older, than the young scientist. And secondly, she did not remain, Marika did not remain as intellectual as she was earlier. Einstein's mother was very practical, as all mothers are. She is not an exceptional case. She is also very practical. She wanted that her son should get married with the younger one, at least 2-3 years younger than him. And so she was against their marriage. And there was family dispute. But the young scientist was very determined. So he postponed his marriage. He put off his marriage or wedding for some time. And he got married. In January 1903. And just after the marriage, they had 2 beautiful, smart sons. But the marriage life was not satisfactory. She had lost all interest and his intellectual. And these two young pair had been fighting, quarreling, conflicting, abusing each other. Argument was there. So finally they decided to get separated from each other and they divorced in 1919. But our young scientist got again his remarriage with his cousin. So this was his personal life. Let me write some question regarding this 10th and 11th paragraph. The question are like this. First question. What was Albert personal life like? Or what do you know about his private life? Second question. Why did Albert's mother oppose his marriage? Or why was Albert's mother against his marriage? Why? Same question. Why did Albert put the wedding off? Next question. When did they marry? Why did the couple divorce? Now these are the questions on this paragraph. What was the Albert personal life like? What do you know about his private life? Why did Albert's mother oppose his marriage, or why was Albert's mother against his marriage? Why did Albert put the marriage off? When did they marry? Why did the couple divorce? Okay, boys, come on. Okay, clear? 10 and 11. Let me read it to you for second time. While Einstein was solving the most difficult problem in physics, his private life was unraveling. Albert had wanted to marry Marie right after finishing his studies, but his mother was against it. She thought Malia, who was 3 years older than her son, was too old for him. She was also bothered by Malvia's intelligence. She is a book like you, his mother said. Einstein put the wedding off. The pair finally married in January 1903 and had 2 sons. But a few years later, the marriage proved failure. Malvia, meanwhile, was losing her intellectual ambition and becoming unhappy housewife. After a year of constant fighting, the couple finally divorced in 1919. Einstein married his cousin Elsa the next year. Okay, boys, let us go forward, and we have to finish this lesson today. And now, page number 49, first paragraph. Einstein new personal chapter coincident with rise to the world fame. In 1915, he had published his general theory of relativity, which provided a new interpretation of gravity. An eclipse of sun in 1990 brought proof that his theory was accurate. Einstein had correctly calculated in advance the extent to which the light from fixed star would be deflected through the sun's gravitational field. The newspaper proclaimed his work as a scientific revolution. Einstein received Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921. He was served with honors and invitation from all over the world, and was lauded, L-O-U-D. Laud means praise, admire, appreciate. Now let me read this again. Einstein's new personal chapter coincided with his rise to world fame. In 1915, he had published his general theory of relativity. He had published his general theory of relativity, in 1915. Now, see here. Einstein's new personal chapter coincided with rise to the world fame. In 1915, he had published his general theory of relativity, which provided a new interpretation of gravity. An eclipse of the sun in 1919 brought proof that it was accurate. Einstein had correctly calculated in advance the extent to which the light from fixed star would be deflected through the sun's gravitational field. The newspaper proclaimed his work as a scientific revolution. This Einstein received Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921. He was showered with honors and invitation from all over the world, and lauded by the press, admired by the press. Just a minute. When did Einstein publish theory of general theory of relativity? Second, what did he calculate? How was he honored? Just a minute. Okay, now if you answer all these questions, these two paragraphs will be clear to you. When Nazi came to power in Germany in 1933, Einstein immigrated to the United States. 5 years later, the discovery of nuclear fusion in Berlin had American physics in uproar. Many of them had fled from fascism just as Einstein had, and now they were afraid the Nazi could use an atomic bomb. What happened actually, boys? Nazi came into the power in 1933. Hitler, Hitler was Hitler. His name was Hitler. It became a vocabulary. It became the word, so strict he was. And now what happened? As soon as the Nazis came to the power, he immigrated. The scientists immigrated to America along with so many scientists. It means so many scientists immigrated to America as soon as Nazi came to the power in Germany in 1933. They left Germany forever for America. But there was a fear in the mind of American people that the Nazis or Hitler or German scientists could make atom bomb, and they could use it against America. That was the fear in the mind of American president. And the urging of colleagues, Einstein wrote a letter to American President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the president at that time, on 2nd August 1933, in which he warned a single bomb of this time explode in the port might very well destroy the whole port together with one of the surrounding territory. His word did not fail to have an effect. The Americans developed the atomic bomb in a secret project of their own and dropped it on Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. Now, boys, there was a fear in the mind of this young scientist who was really a true mind. He loved the whole universe. And his friend requested him to write a letter to the President of America, Franklin D. Roosevelt, in 1933. He informed the President through that letter that they should not use the atom bomb. He told the President, he requested President that a single bomb like that could destroy a part of planet. But he was not listened. His request was rejected, and finally America made an atom bomb secretly. And on 6th August or 7th August and 9th August, America dropped that dangerous bomb on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and at least 1 or 2 lakh innocent people were killed. Now let me write some question on the blackboard so you will understand what request did he. I have the list of the question. See here. why were the American afraid? One. Second, what plea did he make to the President of America in 1933? Am I right? Oh, okay. Why did America use atom bomb? Okay, boys, these are the questions. And now see the last. Now Hiroshima and Nagasaki were made postcard. Okay, that danger he made a request. He requested Roosevelt, President of America, by writing letter on 2nd August 1939. But his plea, his request was cancelled. Einstein was deeply shaken by the extent of destruction. This time he wrote a public missive to the United Nations. Now again he wrote the letter to the United Nations requesting what? In it he proposed the formation of a world government. Unlike the letter of Roosevelt, this one made no impact. He requested United Nations to make one government for whole the world. See, he was a human being. He loved the whole universe. He requested United Nations to make only one government, so that no one could use atom bomb against the human being. So he requested United States to make single government. Again for the second time, his request was denied, refused. But over the next decade, Einstein got more involved in politics, agitating for an end to arms building and using his popularity to champion for peace and democracy. He started his work requesting politicians of all the world not to misuse the invention of scientific, and he started working for the betterment of the whole world. And that's why he was really a true beautiful mind. And finally he died in 1955 at the age of 76, and he was a visionary man. He was a real human being who loved the whole universe. In this way your lesson comes to an end. I hope that you might have understood it. Thank you very much.